Welcome to the TITAN Hydra X Setup, Application, and Cleaning video. In this video, we'll walk you through how to get your Hydra X sprayer ready for the job site, and review some important safety information as well. This video is not a substitute for reading the manual. Always refer to your user manual or contact TITAN Technical Service for additional guidance. Before we begin setting up, let's talk about sprayer safety. Always remember to engage the trigger lock on your gun when it's not in use. Also, make sure your pre-installed bleed hose is still threaded onto the valve. If it's loose, tighten it with a wrench. Attach a minimum of a 15-meter airless spray hose to the outlet port on the pump and tighten with a wrench. Always verify that your hoses match the correct pressure rating for your pump size. Attach your spray gun to the hose using 2 wrenches, one for the gun and one for the hose. If you're using multiple guns or accessory setups, mount and attach the multi-gun manifold to the pump. Next, add piston lube to the sprayer to extend packing life. If you're using silicone-based coatings, use a plasticizer instead of piston lube. Check your hydraulic fluid level daily before using the sprayer. For detailed hydraulic maintenance, refer to the maintenance section of your Hydra X manual. Also, check your engine oil level daily. For engine maintenance, refer to the engine service manual provided with the sprayer. Always ensure the sprayer is properly grounded to avoid static discharge, and that you're operating in a well-ventilated area while wearing appropriate protective equipment. The Hydra X sprayer includes TITAN's AutoLift system, designed to make coating setup easy. Let's take a quick look at how it works. First, turn on the sprayer's master power switch by holding it for 3 seconds. Once the button lights up, the lift motor is ready. Next, press and hold the up button on the lift switch to raise the fluid pump assembly. If you hold it for 3 seconds, it will continue rising automatically. To stop it at any point, press either up or down briefly and release. To lower the fluid pump assembly, hold the switch down. For safety, the lift will only lower while the button is actively pressed. The Hydra X comes with both an electric key start and a traditional pull rope. To start the engine, move the fuel valve lever to the on position. Move the throttle lever to its midpoint. Set the choke lever to closed for a cold engine or open for a warm one. Turn the ignition key to the on position, then either pull the starter cord or turn the key fully to the right to start the engine. Raise the fluid section with the lift motor to its highest position, following the earlier instructions. Your new sprayer is shipped with a protective lubricant to prevent corrosion of the pump. This must be flushed out with water before you start spraying. With the spray gun locked, grab the suction tube from its holder. Remove the 2 locking clips, open the 2 brass clamps at the top, and place the suction tube onto the fluid section. Close the clamps and insert the locking clips to secure it in place. Next, place your bleed hose into a grounded metal waste container. It's a good idea to clamp the hose in place. Set your pressure to minimum by turning the control knob fully anti-clockwise. Open the bleed valve fully, also turning it anti-clockwise. Start the engine and turn on the master power switch. The hydraulic system will begin operating and the pump will start. Slowly turn the pressure control knob clockwise until mineral spirits are flowing freely from the bleed hose into the waste container. Let the sprayer cycle for 30 seconds. Ground the spray gun against the metal container and trigger it. While holding the trigger, close the bleed valve and allow solvent to flow through the hose and gun. Once solvent flows cleanly from the spray gun, cycle for another 30 seconds. You've now flushed out any residual storage material. Set the pressure to minimum, move the throttle to the slow position, and turn off the engine and master power switch. To shut down the unit, for service, cleaning, or end-of-day procedures, follow this pressure relief method. Lock the trigger on your spray gun. Turn the pressure control fully anti-clockwise to minimum. Unlock the trigger and spray into either your source or waste container to release pressure. Open the bleed valve to relieve any remaining pressure in the pump. Now that pressure is fully relieved, you can safely power down for the day. Move the throttle to slow and turn off both the engine and the master power switch. We'll now cover how to spray with the Hydra X, including changing fluid section sizes. Make sure you've completed your machine setup. If not, refer to the Hydra X setup section earlier in this video. Before spraying, check your hose for damage, cuts, leaks, abrasions, bulges, or loose couplings. If you find any issues, stop immediately and replace the hose with an approved substitute. Never attempt to repair a damaged paint hose. The Hydra X is compatible with 20-liter buckets and both open and closed 200-liter drums. If using a closed 200-liter drum, remove the inlet screen from the suction tube before lowering it into the material. Then use the small vent hole on the drum to insert your bleed tube. Follow the appropriate daily setup process before spraying. The Hydra X 7230 is ideal for epoxies and silicones, offering fast, efficient application without the need for transfer pumps or compressors. It lets your crew hit the ground running and get more done. One of the best features is the fluid section conversion kit, allowing you to swap out fluid sections to match the pressures needed for different coatings, essentially giving you two machines in one. Before changing fluid sections, clean the sprayer and follow the pressure relief procedure. Use the AutoLift with the weight of the fluid section supported by the siphon tube. Use a wrench to loosen and remove the red shroud. Clean out the wet cups to prevent drips. Pull the engine cord until the piston is in the middle of the opening. If it's too high, hold the solenoid button while pulling the cord to lower it. Lift the coupler sleeve to reveal the rubber seal. If it's stuck, use a hammer handle to dislodge it. Use a screwdriver or pick to slide the seal up the hydraulic piston. Remove the two coupler halves, then loosen the lock ring on top of the fluid section. Once loose, unthread it by hand. Use the lift switch to raise the hydraulic motor off the fluid section. Remove the old section and insert the new one, ensuring alignment between the hydraulic and pump pistons. Hand tighten the lock ring, then use the pull cord to move the hydraulic position in contact with the pump piston. If it is not in position, hold the solenoid button in while pulling the engine cord to move it down. Secure the lock ring with a hammer. Refit the coupler halves and seal, then lower the sleeve into place. Refill the wet cup with the correct plasticizer and replace the red shroud. Always ensure guns, hoses, and accessories are compatible with your fluid section's pressure rating. Also, avoid cross-contamination if using the same accessories for different materials. At the end of each day, clean your Hydra X thoroughly. Failing to do so will lead to build-up and performance issues. Spray at minimum pressure with the tip and guard removed during cleaning. Begin with the pressure relief procedure. Lock the gun trigger and remove the spray tip and guard for cleaning with a brush and suitable solvent. Remove and clean the siphon tube and bleed hose. Then place the tube into a container of approved solvent. Lower the pump, reattach the tube, and place the bleed hose in a grounded waste container. Turn the pressure control to minimum and open the bleed valve. Start the engine and power on. Let the solvent flush through the system. Close the bleed valve, ground your gun, and trigger it into a metal container. Once solvent flows freely and cleanly, stop. If using the source container, switch to the waste container to complete the process. Clean the inlet strainer with solvent and a brush, then reinstall it. If you're working with moisture-cured materials, it's important to park the piston at the bottom to ensure no part of the fluid section is exposed. To park the piston, use a small tool in the solenoid hole to push and hold the button. While holding the button, turn your engine key to the off position and wait until the engine stops completely. Then release the solenoid. The sprayer is now parked. For long-term or cold weather storage, flush the system with mineral spirits. For short-term storage or when using latex paint, flush with water mixed with Titan's liquid shield. Always perform one final pressure relief before storing, and keep the unit in a cool, dry place. Thank you for watching.